Have you ever found yourself just completely caught in that spiral?
Oh, yeah?
You know the one I mean? Where your brain just sort of latches onto a problem, could be real, could be imagined, and it just plays this endless loop of what if this, what if that?
Keeps you up at night.
Exactly. It's that nagging feeling, right?
Yeah.
Mentally wrestling with things that often feel totally out of your control. And honestly, it's just
It
exhausting.
really is a tax on your mental energy, like you said.
We've all been there. So today we're doing a deep dive into something I find truly fascinating. It's a surprisingly simple philosophy, but really profound, I think.
Yeah.
It's designed to tackle that specific feeling, that unproductive worry.
Right.
Think of this as maybe a shortcut to a more, let's say, intentional mindset when you're facing challenge.
I like that intentional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our mission today is basically to unpack this powerful piece of wisdom. It's a concise mindset quotation, really, and it offers a remarkably clear framework for how to approach our concerns.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What is it?
All right, so the core idea, the heart of it is this. If a problem can be solved, then there is no need to worry. If it cannot be solved, then there is no point in worrying either.
Simple. Direct.
Right. When I first heard it, my first thought was, wow, that sounds almost too simple. You know,
Yeah, easy to say.
exactly. If only our brains just worked that logically all the time. But the more I've sat with it, the more I kind of see the depth there. So we're going to spend our time today really digging into this. We'll look at how it applies to problems you can solve and those you can't.
The two categories.
Yes. And hopefully lead you, our listener, to a key takeaway that I genuinely think could change how you handle life's bumps day to day.
It really is beautifully elegant logic, isn't it?
Yeah.
And what's fascinating, this isn't just some modern self-help idea.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this kind of binary thinking,
Yeah.
splitting things into what's in our control and what's not. It echoes, it's some really old philosophies,
Well.
like Stoicism.
Ah, okay. Makes sense.
It forces us, basically, to move past that murky, unproductive worry state.
That swirling you mentioned.
Exactly. And instead, confront things with either, a plan or acceptance.
Action or acceptance.
Right. The
Yeah.
fundamental truth is worry itself. It's just a poor strategy.
Yeah.
It's mental energy that rarely, moves the needle.
That clarity, the forced categorization you mentioned, that seems so vital because often we get stuck right in the middle, don't we?
We do. Just spinning our wheels.
So let's unpack it, starting with that first part, problems that can be solved. This is where I think so much of our energy gets wasted, stuck in anxiety, not doing.
The potential for action is there, but we're not taking it.
Exactly. And our source material for this deep dive, it outlines 3 really clear, actionable steps here. And they feel quite empowering, actually.
Okay, let's hear them.
First step, when a problem genuinely has a solution, is simply to take action.
Sounds obvious, right?
It does. But think about it. How often do we get paralyzed just thinking about the problem, turning it over and over?
Guilty as charged sometimes.
Me too. Like, staring at a huge pile of laundry, feeling overwhelmed. When if I just start sorting one pair of socks.
The whole thing feels less daunting.
Precisely. And apparently, research backs this up. Even small initial actions can break that rumination cycle.
Creates momentum. Signals you're taking charge.
Right. Okay, so after taking action, the next step is to focus on solutions.
So not just being busy, but being productively focused.
Exactly. It's about deliberately redirecting your mental energy. Instead of dwelling on, oh, this is so bad, how will this affect me?
You channel it into brainstorming, planning, finding resolutions.
Yeah, it's a fundamental shift. Like your brain's a problem-solving machine, right?
Mhm.
But if you keep feeding it problem, it gets stuck. You need to feed it solution.
Harness its power correctly. Makes sense.
And the third piece of advice here is to stay positive.
Now, this one can sometimes feel a bit tricky. Like, just be positive.
I know it can sound like that, but it's not about ignoring reality or like plastering on a fake smile.
Okay, so what is it about?
It's about keeping a constructive, sort of optimistic outlook that actually helps your problem solving.
So it fuels the process.
Yeah. Psychologically, there's this thing called the broaden and build theory.
Right, Barbara Fredrickson's work.
That's the one. It suggests positive emotions don't just feel good, they actually broaden our thinking, make us more creative, more resilient in finding those solutions.
So it's about approaching the challenge, expecting a way through, not just seeing roadblocks.
Exactly. Constructive optimism.
That's a really crucial distinction. Constructive optimism, not just wishful thinking. And this brings up a good question for you listening.
Yeah. Yeah.
How often do you find yourself caught in that worry loop for issues that are actually entirely within your power to fix?
Good question.
Maybe it's a difficult chat you need to have, or an overdue bill, or some task you keep putting off.
Mm-hmm.
Think about the mental energy you're spending worrying about it right now. What strategies could you use right now to shift from that worry to active problem solving?
Mm.
The empowerment really comes when you realize that for these solvable problems, your energy is best spent on tangible steps. You're regaining control.
Control over the situation, and maybe more importantly, over your own internal state.
Exactly. Shifting your focus from what's happening to you to what you can do.
That really is a powerful shift. But let's be real. And this is often harder, isn't it?
What's that?
Not everything can be solved. Some challenges are just outside our control.
Absolutely. That's a reality of life.
So we transition now to that second category, often more challenging. Problems that cannot be solved.
This is where so many of us struggle, right? Constantly banging our heads against a wall that won't move.
Yeah, trying to change the unchangeable, it's exhausting in a different way.
But here, too, the quote offers a perspective, a potentially liberating one. If it cannot be solved, then there is no point in worrying either.
It suggests peace is possible, even then.
Yeah. And our source gives three, I think, quite profound strategies for these tough spots. First one is accept the situation. Okay, acceptance. This word gets misunderstood a lot.
I agree. It's not about passive resignation, like just giving up.
Right, not just throwing your hands up.
No, it's more like an active, conscious acknowledgement of reality. Think of it like being stuck in awful traffic.
Okay.
Resignation is just sitting there fuming, maybe hitting the steering wheel.
Getting nowhere, feeling worse.
Acceptance is acknowledging, okay, I'm stuck for now, and then deciding, what can I do within this reality? Listen to something useful. Practice breathing.
Instead of fighting what you can't change in that moment.
Exactly, releasing that internal struggle.
That makes sense. What's the second strategy?
The second is to practice mindfulness.
Mindfulness. Very relevant here.
Totally. In these situations, it acts like a tool to help you stay present and maybe detach a bit from the huge emotional weight that comes with unsolvable problems.
Detach, but not disconnect entirely.
Right. It's not about becoming emotionless. It's more about observing your thoughts and feelings. There's that wave of frustration again, without getting swept away by them.
Creating a bit of space between you and the feeling.
Exactly. And the research here is pretty solid too, right? Even short bursts of mindfulness can apparently reduce that emotional reactivity.
Yeah, it strengthens the prefrontal cortex.
Right.
Helps with emotional regulation. Useful stuff.
Definitely. Okay, and the third strategy, critically important, seek support if needed.
Yes. Don't go it alone.
Absolutely. Facing really tough, unchangeable stuff by yourself, that can be incredibly isolating.
Mm-hmm.
So this just emphasizes the value of community friends, family, maybe support groups, or even professional help like therapy.
Sharing the burden, getting perspective, just being heard.
It makes such a difference. It's acknowledging that resilience isn't always a solo mission.
It rarely is, I think.
Yeah.
And what's really fascinating here is how these strategies, acceptance, mindfulness, support, they shift our internal world, don't they?
Yeah.
Even when the external thing doesn't change.
That's the key, isn't it?
Yeah. Acceptance, like you said, isn't passive surrender. It's a brave, active choice to see reality for what it is.
And let go of fighting it.
Right. Because often the resistance, this shouldn't be happening, it's not fair, that's more painful than the situation itself.
That rings true.
And mindfulness helps cultivate that acceptance.
Yeah.
Grounding yourself in the present creates that buffer. You learn to see thoughts and feelings as kind of passing weather.
Rather than being the storm itself.
Exactly. So for those listening, thinking about those unchangeable problems,
Yeah.
how can you begin to practice acceptance? What's one small step?
Maybe just identifying it clearly. This part, I cannot change.
Yeah, that could be it. A moment of honest reflection and consciously choosing to loosen your grip on trying to control that specific thing.
That's a powerful challenge indeed.
Yeah.
So, okay, bringing these two sides together, the solvable and the unsolvable.
Yeah.
What's the big picture here?
Well, the core message seems crystal clear, right?
Worrying is unproductive, full stop.
Exactly. Whether a solution exists or not, getting stuck in that anxiety loop, it just drains you, diminishes your peace, doesn't actually do anything useful. The real power here, I think, is the clarity of choice this framework gives you.
Choice.
Yes. You either focus your energy on problem solving for the stuff you can influence, or you focus on cultivating acceptance and inner peace for the stuff you can't.
Acceptance.
There's really no productive middle ground where worry lives. It's either active engagement or peaceful resolution.
One leads to action, the other to maybe psychological freedom.
Beautifully put, but neither involves that churning, debilitating anxiety. It's about reclaiming your mental space.
And to help visualize this, our source even suggests a really nice mental image.
Oh.
To represent that calm, worry-free mindset, it suggests picturing a peaceful Zen garden.
I like that.
Me too. It just perfectly captures that serene, intentional state you could reach. Imagine your mind like that garden, tidy, clear.
Every element placed with purpose.
Right? No chaos, no overgrown weeds of anxiety.
Yeah.
Just quiet, ordered, where thoughts have their place.
A very calming image.
So as we start to wrap up this deep dive, let's just quickly recap the profound simplicity of this mindset.
Okay.
It's not just about sorting problems into boxes. It's about how distinguishing between solvable and unsolvable fundamentally redefines your relationship with worry.
Transforms it from something paralyzing
into either a clear call to action or a path towards acceptance. Liberation, maybe.
We really hope you, the listener, carry this framework into your day-to-day. Maybe take a moment after this.
Yeah.
Reflect on your own worry patterns.
Yeah, what's taking up your mental space right now?
And how many of those things are actually solvable. And if they are, what's one tiny action you could take right now?
Shifting from worry to doing, however small. And maybe here's the final thought, something provocative to just sort of chew on as you go about your day.
Yeah.
Just consider the immense freedom, the sheer mental space and energy you could reclaim if you dedicated your efforts only to action or acceptance, never to worry.
Imagine that.
Imagine the calm, the focus, the peace that could settle in your mind if you truly lived by that principle. If a problem can be solved, then there is no need to worry. If it cannot be solved, then there is no point in worrying either. What would that actually feel like for you?